There's a storm brewing here in North Yorkshire. It's been a funny old day, very warm, very close, and some very heavy showers as well. And to be honest, the rain is long overdue. And what I actually like about storms is that what quite often happens before, during and after storm is that you can get some really nice breaks of light. So I thought I'd pop out, see if I could capture some nice mood and some nice light here on the open moors. It's probably not the most intelligent place to be on one of the highest points on the North Yorkshire moors, open to the elements, but we've got a very good wide view here. I can see the weather fronts coming in, and then hopefully I'll get an early enough warning if I need to kind of take cover somewhere. But before I do that, what I wanted to do is give a bit of a channel update, because things have been changing a lot recently. So I wanted to kind of just take a little bit of time out to tell you what's going on, because I think it's quite important to kind of keep things personal and keep you up to date with what's going on with my work, so that you know what to expect from the channel moving forward. And I think the key thing when trying to understand where photographers are coming from, and certainly when you're trying to understand creativity, is the whys. What really drives the person? Why are they taking pictures like that? What journey did they go on to get to where they are now? And I think that's always much more important in understanding the photography than any kind of technical information. So I need to make this quite quick, because I don't want to drone on too much and I don't want it to sound like a tale of woe. But basically, I've touched on this subject before, that I suffer from chronic pain. It's been going on for several years now. It doesn't look like an issue, I know, but it is an issue. But the reason why I mention it is because if this hadn't had happened, I wouldn't be stood here now talking to you. That is an absolute fact. So back in 2012, in March 2012, I suffered from an injury which caused a ruptured disc in my spine, and that caused all sorts of issues: horrible nerve pain, burning in my feet, all sorts of pain in my legs from the hips downwards. And it was a huge problem. It made me extremely unhappy, because the lifestyle that I was used to, which was very active with mountain biking, kayak and all sorts of other outdoor hobbies, that just stopped overnight. So I kind of started to go down this bit of a dark path, and it didn't help that I was working from home and I was working at home alone, so you're kind of left with your own negative thoughts. Adele, my partner, recognised this, and she suggested that we got a dog. So 2 years later, in April 2014, Meg came into our lives, and she really couldn't have arrived at a better time. At that point, I was quite withdrawn. I'd been stripped of confidence, but now I had this bouncing bundle of fluffy joy to look after. And it was great, because she started to make me move more naturally and just really gave me something to focus on, rather than just focusing on myself and looking too inwardly all the time. So as time went on, I was walking Meg, I was getting stronger, Meg was getting stronger. So we progressed from the streets to walking in the woods, to then walking in the countryside. And I took my camera with me. I would photograph Meg, I would photograph Meg in the landscape. I would then progress to just photographing the landscape, and it was great. I was still struggling, having lots of issues, but this was making a big difference. And I've always had cameras, right from about the age 7, but it was very much a kind of casual and occasional hobbyist type of photography. But I was in this position where my passions had been taken away and I needed to be replaced, because I can't function properly unless I've got some really enjoyable hobbies to focus on. So I just put my heart and soul into photography. But I remember going into woodland for the first time, and I was walking around for about an hour, and it suddenly dawned on me, I thought, I haven't thought about pain for the past hour. And that's not just significant, that was an absolute revelation, because this thing that had dominated my life for 2 years and really got me down, just this moment in time, for the first time, where I just wasn't thinking about it. And I thought, I need to repeat this, I need to, something's happening here and I need to explore it. So that's how the whole woodland thing came about, because woodland offered the distraction that I needed. There's so much different forms of stimulus in woodland, because there's this chaotic environment, so many things visually for you to process, but there's also the sounds and the smells, the wildlife, different things going on. So while you're trying to concentrate on all this and trying to make meaningful photographs, it's just leaving a little bit less room for all the negative things, the pain, the stress, the worries. There's just a little bit less room for that. So the knock-on effect is that mentally you feel better, and then the knock-on effect from that is that physically you feel better. So yeah, I just became obsessed with woodland. That was my new passion to replace mountain bike and all the other things that I used to do. And it was just a case of taking all that negative energy and just really focusing that into my photography, which is why I've been drawn to these subjects which are quite somber and are quite moody. It's very much an honest reflection of how I was feeling at the time. And I'm much better now. I'm much more positive than I was. Like I said, I still do have issues, but just how things have turned around from such a dark place is unbelievable. And you know, I can't thank photography enough for that. I can't thank Meg enough for that, but I also really need to thank you guys, the viewers and the supporters, because when I started YouTube, that was a huge step. It was a huge step in terms of building up the confidence to do that after losing so much. And, you know, I started to meet great people, you know, the photographers. I've started to become friends with Thomas Heaton, and he encouraged me to start videos as well. And the response that I got from my first video was just phenomenal. I just never expected that in a million years, because as far as I was concerned, I was just this normal northern lad going out into the woods with his dog, taking pictures, and I just didn't see it as a big deal. And, you know, and like I said, I was feeling quite negative at the time anyway. But as it happened, you know, there was lots of you who could relate to it, could relate to how I was approaching photography, the images that I was capturing, the kind of life of just being out in the countryside and being a dog owner and the benefits of that. And yeah, it's just been this amazing journey, and I never expected in a million years to do this thing on YouTube and share my passion and to be able to reach such a wide audience. So as time's gone on, you know, I've wanted to share my passion with others, share the things that I've learnt and how I approach photography. So I started to do workshops, which have been fantastic. They're just so rewarding for me. I just love taking people out and offering them inspiration and trying to impart some of the things that I've learnt, and then just seeing the smile on their face when they start, you know, things start to click and they start to see things differently. So I've been doing that. I've started to do talks and other things. And essentially what's all that has built up to is that I can't believe that I can now announce that I'm now a full-time landscape photographer. I just did not expect that, and it's quite overwhelming in a way, because you know, I was a professional website developer, I had this sit-down job, and I had these huge issues with sitting down after the injury. I couldn't sit down for more than 5 minutes without this really draining pain. So it had this huge impact upon me financially. So I didn't get into photography for commercial reasons. It was purely to feel better, and it was just this thing that evolved that started to then make commercial sense. And I think it only worked commercially because I didn't start it with a commercial point of view. It was all about going out there, being genuine, sticking to the things that have made me feel better and helped me to rehabilitate. And the knock-on effect is that I think people could see that. People could sort of see that through the screen, see my passion and seeing what I was trying to achieve. And yeah, so full-time photographer, unbelievable. And it's making a huge difference to me in terms of my happiness, but also physically as well, because I don't have to spend as much time at my desk coding websites. So it's just fantastic. But what that means for the channel is that hopefully from this point forward, I'll be able to create more videos. But the most important thing, certainly to me, is that I made this deal with myself that I would, no matter what happened, I would never lose sight of the roots of where I came from. It has to be about the photography. It has to be about doing the things that make me feel better, and it has to be about locations as well and subjects that I can honestly and truly relate to. So it's got to be about integrity as well, and I really don't want to lose sight of that, and that has to be my promise to you as well, that I try and maintain that integrity and just really maintain the vibe of what I've been trying to do, that relaxation vibe, which sometimes has outbursts of excitement and sometimes disappointment. Just this ride that I hope you will continue to join with me and Meg and just continue this journey, because so far it's been fantastic, and like I said, I cannot thank you enough. So that's it, you know, but I want to, you know, I didn't want this video just to be about this story. I wanted to kind of finish off the video as a mean to go on, which is to take some pictures. So enough of the talking now. Thank you once again though, and let's get back to some photography. Whew. Yeah, so it rained quite a bit. I'm absolutely soaked through to the skin. I had a feeling it was coming and I should have just stayed where I was and braved it out, but instead I went to lower ground where it's a little bit more sheltered, but I got absolutely drenched. Oh dear. But then as I was walking back to where I was, there was just this incredible light which was shining through this heavy rain. It was awesome. And the great thing about working in stormy weather, and when you get that really torrential rain, is that when it suddenly warms up again afterwards, it kicks up all this mist from the valley floor and through the trees. And that's what I was hoping for, is just to capture that moment where the mist starts to rise and the sun appears again. I should have just stayed where I was, but I wimped out. I even had a brolly with me, but I didn't use it because I was frightened it was going to get struck by lightning. So, but yeah, I'm going to go back to where I was, I think, and try some different compositions there, and then just keep my fingers crossed that that sun comes back out. But I'm not sure it will do, I'm afraid. Uh-oh, time to get shelter again. It is actually hailstoning now. Bloody hell. Oh dear, that was just ridiculous. I really don't know what I was thinking there. I thought, oh yeah, it's not so bad, just get on the open moor, see the storms passing, get a nice moody shot, but it just went ridiculous. There's just loads of lightning coming down now. I was out in the open moor there. I saw this huge sheet of rain coming towards me. It sounds like it's arriving now. And it was this big fork of lightning, this really strange popping noise. And I thought, sod this, there's no way I'm staying out here exposed to this. So I dashed back to the car, only to find out that I'd left all 4 windows of my car wide open. So the car's soaking inside, I'm soaking, Meg's soaking. I haven't even got that kind of moody, stormy shot that I wanted, and I don't think I'm going to either. I don't think the sun's going to come back out. It's got incredibly dark. The rain's arriving now, which you can probably hear. There's just lightning after lightning after lightning. Whatever happens, please stay tuned, because I want to tell you about some box sets which I've just launched. Really nice way for you to own some smaller prints of mine, and they're kind of collectible items as well, and it's a great way to support what I'm doing. So please stay tuned for that. I probably better stop now because this rain's going to get really loud. Ridiculous. Yeah, that didn't really work out, did it? That weather was absolutely nuts, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get the opportunity to talk to you about any photographs I was taking, but in all honesty, I didn't really get the opportunity to take any pictures that I particularly like anyway, because I think if I tried to use my gear under those conditions, it would have been wrecked. So I don't know, maybe it's an excuse to go out and buy a GoPro so I can at least keep videoing under those conditions. But anyway, please indulge me for just 2 more minutes, because there's a couple of other little things that I'd like to talk to you about. Firstly, I've mentioned already that I'm running an exhibition next month, which is definitely going ahead. That's on Saturday the 15th of September. Quite a few people have registered already, so thank you very much. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I really am, because yes, I want to show some of my print work, but other than that, I think it's just going to be a really nice day out. So things are going to kick off about 11 a.m. I'm going to do an introductory presentation at 11:30, and after that, just hang out. Honestly, come and talk to me, talk to other fellow photographers. If the weather's good, then go and grab a drink and sit out on the lawn. It's just such a really nice location as well. I base workshops from there. I've taken a lot of my own images kind of from that area as well, so it's a place that's close to my heart, and it's just a really fantastic location just to go and chill out in the countryside. So if you are interested in that, please come along. I'll pop a link in the description where you can get a bit more information and register. Finally, I think as part and parcel of becoming a full-time landscape photographer, I really wanted to offer something which I'm really proud of, and hopefully you like the look of it too, because I'm completely reliant upon the sales of prints and workshops in order to survive as a photographer and to keep doing these videos as well. So what I've decided to do is put together these little box sets as like an alternative to the limited edition prints that I have. And I really like this. I'm quite proud of these, and I'm starting off with about 4 different box sets. All of them are themed. They include about 3 different prints, all carefully selected either based on subject or perhaps the 3 images that I've taken on the same shoot. But yeah, I'm starting off with about 4. They are on my website, so please take a look at them. Or if you'd like to see them in person, then I will have them at the exhibition as well. But other than that, thanks very much again for your support so far. It really is appreciated. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I hope to see you again for the next one.